Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, like I said in the last video, I wanted to do a little bit more of a kind of general house update, catch-up style video. But yeah, I kind of felt like at the moment I've obviously given you guys like a house tour. I've kind of been transforming individual rooms and stuff, but there's been quite a lot other stuff that's been going on at the same time that I've not shared with you guys and not really mentioned. So I thought I would kind of update you guys on everything else that's happening in the house in situ with all of the room transformations as well. It's quite a lot. My brain is literally like mush. So if I say the wrong thing or forget things, that is why. I've literally written a list as well, so I don't forget. So one thing that we are trying to sort out now, because obviously some of these things take a long time to, is it put into fruition? Anyway, it takes a long time to get things booked and things ordered. So one thing that we made sure that we contacted people about when we first moved it in was windows and roof. So at the moment, our windows are a lovely dark brown. Nothing wrong with dark brown, but very much not our kind of vibe. So we have been looking at getting new windows. I think I mentioned this before to you guys, but basically at the moment we have timber frame windows. They are double glazed, but it's ancient double glazing. Some of it's blown, none of it is like legal. It's not safety glass, so if you were to trip and fall into it, it would just completely shatter. So it's obviously not safe. We knew that from the get-go. We had a full survey done on the house, so we knew there was no nasty surprises. Touch wood, not yet anyway. There were no nasty surprises when it comes to that. I had hoped that we would keep the wooden frames. We couldn't find, and just like have them reglazed, we couldn't find anyone who would do that. People were just like, they can't guarantee the work that they do, basically, is the feedback that we got, and they just don't want to touch it. They don't want to do that job. So we are having new windows put in. We're having nice anthracite dark grey windows. All the windows in the house are going to be the same size-wise. We're not changing any kind of location or sizing or anything like that, which is kind of nice. Yeah, it's cost us a small fortune to do it because all of our windows are larger than normal size, especially our lounge window, because it is 3.8 meter, I think it's 3.8 meters long, which is ginormous, and that's one of the windows that's cost the most, obviously. So we've put down our deposit. We actually had our window survey done today, so they come take final like measurements. They run through all of the options. You have to sign everything to say that you're happy with, you know, the choices that have been chosen. So we are going dark anthracite grey on the exterior for all of the windows, but we're keeping them white on the inside with white handles. As part of that, we are also replacing all of our exterior doors as well, because again, the locks aren't very secure, the glass isn't secure. We're having new windows, we kind of need the doors to at least match a little bit. So I'll put in footage of the doors I'm talking about. One of them is being the door that leads from the kitchen to the outside. We decided to keep that one because it's pretty handy, like for letting the dogs out and stuff. We are going with a single pane glass door for that one. So again, it will be anthracite on the exterior, white on the interior, but with a black handle on both sides. And then in the dining room, which will eventually be our kitchen diner. So we're gonna have two doors in our kitchen diner. We're gonna replace this kind of glass thing with some French doors that lead out into the garden as well. So yeah, we'll have some French doors and then just a normal single door. We did think about patching up the single door in the kitchen. We just kind of couldn't be bothered, and we kind of like having it there to let the dogs out and stuff. It lets extra light in. We just decided to keep it. So yeah, we're having some French doors that lead out from the kind of dining area, which would be really nice. We would have loved to have had sliding doors. We had bifolds in our last place. I do love bifolds, but my preference, I think, would actually be a sliding door. but we couldn't have it because the opening's not big enough. We didn't want to extend the opening, and the opening would have had to have been extended quite a lot, and it would have messed up the kind of kitchen plans. We did kind of think about it, but we decided just to go with what we've got at the moment. I think it will still be so lovely having the French doors. You don't need, I know sliders and like bifolds are in fashion, but a French door, it does the same thing, you know? So that is our option for the back doors. And then front door. Super excited about the front door. So we did ooh and ah about a couple of different options for the front door because we wanted to make sure that light was still being let into the hallway. At the moment, there is a glass door and glass side lights in this really nice kind of retro frosted situation. We didn't want a glass door. We just didn't want one. We wanted a solid door. So the compromise that we are doing is we are having clear glass side lights, so no frosting or stippling or anything like that. We've made that decision because we think that's the best way to get in as much light as possible. Where we are is in like a little cul-de-sac, and where the door is situated on the house is very private. So privacy is not really an issue. I think I said this in, I did like a big kind of house plan video. I think I touched on it in that. I will link that video. There is going to be a little bit of crossover. But yeah, I'll put in a photo of the door that we've gone for. It's called the Mayon door by Endurance. So it's a relatively simple kind of like, has these like vertical groove line things. We're going for a black handle with it as well. We were toying with the idea of having a pull bar, but with a pull bar, we will probably lock ourselves out. And you also can't have it in black, you have to have it in chrome. The handle that we've gone for in the end is one of those like lever lock ones. So that's the same handle we had at our last house. It's just really convenient, we like it. So we've gone down the same route, but we have gone for a black finish on it as well. And we are having a letterbox, because that was a thought at one point. We were toying with the idea of having just a completely flat panel door with a massive pull bar and no like letterbox. We've decided not to go for that. We're going for a letterbox now. So yeah, those are the decisions with the windows. So the surveys, this whatever it's called, the survey thing that they do for the windows was done this morning. So they put the order in today, and it's 20 weeks, 20 to 24 weeks from today. Longer than usual. There's a couple of reasons for that, like the C word, Brexit. Yeah, it's all kind of messed up timings. I think originally it was going to be like, if those things didn't exist, it would have been like 10 to 12 weeks. But that has doubled, unfortunately. So we're glad that we kind of got that done pretty early doors, because yeah, we'll get them fitted in like June, July time, I think. So that actually kind of works out perfectly, because I was kind of a bit hesitant to have my windows pulled out in like winter. So that's kind of worked out for the best. Roofing, that is another thing. So we had a survey done on the house. They basically said there's a couple of little things that need to be fixed, but there's nothing wrong with the roof. The thing that is wrong with the roof is how it looks. I don't like the way the roof looks. It's those really kind of like ridge tiles. It's like a dark brown. There's a lot of issues with like moss on the roof anyway. We have a protected tree in the garden, which kind of like is very close to the roof. Not close to the roof, but it's like relatively close to the house. And yeah, just dropped stuff on the roof. We have a lot of moss on the roof. That's partly because the roof has not been looked after for a long time. But yeah, so originally we were like, let's just get a new roof. Let's just get a new roof. But having been here, like I think you just kind of change your mind a little bit. Like, I just don't, it doesn't need a new roof. There's nothing wrong with the new roof, with the existing roof. Having a new roof would cost like tens of thousands. I don't think it's worth it when the existing roof is okay. We would just be replacing it purely for aesthetic purposes. It's a lot of money to spend just to have a nicer looking roof. However, we know that we can't leave the roof looking how it is right now, especially when we have our new windows in. It's going to look even worse, and having like new windows and like a really grotty old roof, it's not a vibe. So I did my research, and there is something called roof coating. I believe it's pretty popular already in parts of Europe like Sweden and stuff, but I think it's like not as widely known in the UK is what I would say, but there are quite a lot of companies that do it. I think this is something that's probably come up over the last few years, just like people have a UPVC window sprayed grey now, you can have roof coating done. So we are getting in some quotes for that, and it's literally like less than a quarter of the price of a new roof, and it could potentially look like a new roof. So what happens with that is they basically come and they wash your roof. That's a service they just provide separately as well. They come, they wash your roof, they treat the tiles with this stuff that stops algae and moss or whatever growing back again. And another option to have on top of that is a coating on the actual tiles themselves. So also in the price, from what we've been told so far, is any like remedial work that needs to be done, like any caps that need to be concreted down and stuff. They do that also. They make sure your roof is like as sound as possible before putting the coating on. So they spray this coating on. You can get it in clear, but you can also choose a colour. Do you see where I'm going with this? So our ideal would be to have like a really, really dark slate roof. So they have a slate grey colour. So I've seen some before and after photos. I'll see if I can find any and put them in. They genuinely look like new roofs. And also what is great is that there's quite a lot of positives about it as well, because you get a guarantee on it. So I think it's guaranteed for 10 years. That is transferable. So if we were to sell the house, that guarantee will be passed on to the new owners. It extends the life of your roof anyway. It looks like a brand new roof. It looks clean, curb appeal. That's what we're all about. But I think it actually gives it holds in more heat, so it's more energy efficient, but it still lets the tiles breathe, but also the water runs off the tiles rather than the tiles being porous and soaking up water. We live in Wales, there's a lot of rain. So it's meant to extend the life of your roof, all this other stuff, good guarantee, and it's much cheaper, and I think we'll get a really, really good result with it. So we're still in the process of getting a couple more quotes before deciding, but that's something we'll be having done spring, early summertime anyway, because they can't do it until the temperature's at least 12 degrees, I think. They can obviously wash it, but they can't do the coating, and I think they would just like it done in one go. So yeah, I've had a couple of quotes so far. I'm going to wait for a couple of more. With stuff like this, I will go through pricing kind of nearer the end when we've had a lot more done. But yeah, we're talking about a few grand rather than tens of thousands of pounds. So that's really exciting. I was getting a little bit worried because I really wanted to do something with the roof, but I did not want to spend a lot of money. So that seems to be a really good kind of in-betweeny. Also, flooring. So going back to the video where I kind of talked you guys through a lot of the plans that we had with this place. I just realised my hair, it's like a massive comb over. Yeah, we said that we wanted like a laminate wood floor that runs all through like the kitchen, diner, the lounge and the hallway, and then we're going to keep the bedrooms carpeted. We have chosen a flooring. I saw this floor, oh my gosh, months ago, maybe like October time, maybe even earlier than that, September. We took a trip to 𝘭ⁱ If anyone has been to 𝘭ⁱ, you know how stinking expensive it is. Tiles are like 80 to 100 pounds a square metre. I love it in there. It's amazing. If you haven't been to 𝘭ⁱ and you wanted to have your house, go and look at the showroom. just for some inspo. That's what I kind of did, but I found some flooring that I fell in love with. We were really nervous about being able to afford it because it's a bit more expensive than we had budgeted for. However, I was told at the time that Porcelanosa run 3 or 4 sales throughout the year, and that this would be in the sale. And Porcelanosa are currently running a sale until the end of February. I think the manufacturer had 40% off, and then Porcelanosa added another 25 or something. So this is the flooring that we are going for. My camera just ran out of battery, which is perfect timing. So yeah, this is the flooring we're going for. Honestly guys, I have ordered so many like flooring samples and nothing has compared to this. So I'm right by the window, so it's a little bit kind of bleached out a bit, but it's the perfect kind of blonde Scandi style wood. It's definitely coming out a lot brighter on camera, like a lot lighter than it is in real life, but it is so nice. It looks and feels like real wood, has a really good guarantee on it. It's suitable for like underfloor heating. I'll tell you the details, it's right here. You can use it in your bathrooms and your kitchens, so obviously that's really important for us as well. But yeah, honestly, like the quality of this, it's so nice and thick, it just feels such good quality. It has texture to it like a real wood floor, but it's not super deep grooves. And one thing that I was struggling with is so many of them had really strong like knots and things like that in it. I know that some people love that, but for me, I just wanted something that had a little bit of variation, but not really like, not too much variation in it. So this was absolutely perfect. I was finding that a lot of stuff was coming out really yellowy. I wanted that really nice kind of creamy blonde wood, but I didn't want that really grey kind of Scandi wood. So nothing, like literally this is one of the first samples I picked up, nothing compared to this. So I was just hoping that we could afford it. We went in the other day, told us the price. I think it's £23 a square metre, which if you've looked at like laminate flooring before, that is a really, really good price for the actual quality of the wood. The other, like, you can get cheaper options, some of them from like Wickes Home Base are like 15 quid, but when you pick up the samples, it's just, they just feel so cheap, and like I just didn't want to spend that much money. It's such a big part of the house that I thought we've got to splash out. Not even splash out. We're getting the Porcelanosa, guys. I feel really bougie about it. I didn't think we'd be getting anything from Porcelanosa for this house, so I'm so happy with this. I've been like literally banging on about this for absolutely months. So yeah, we need to actually, I'm gonna go in. He said I could order it over the phone or via email, but I want to go in and do it in person, just for peace of mind. I don't know why. So I'm gonna go and do that over the next couple of weeks. What else is on my list? I need to, a lot of you guys said about my wardrobe video. In case you haven't seen that, I will link that one as well. So I upcycled the wardrobes that we currently have in our bedroom. Love them, but not loving the drawer situation inside. A lot of you guys said, do you have PAX drawers that you could put inside them? Yes, I do. I measured and I think they're gonna fit, but I just need to dig them out of the garage. So I'm gonna do that at some point. So thank you for everyone who recommended that, because I hadn't thought about that until you guys actually said. So I need to do that. Another thing that we have had done that I haven't shared with you guys is our laundry cupboard. So I can't remember if I've talked about this at all actually. So when we moved in here, there was a hallway cupboard, had a really big gross tank thing in it, and we wanted to remove it, put stack our words, Louise, washer dryer in there. Weren't sure if it was possible, if it was going to be big enough. The backup plan was to have them in the garage. Not ideal, but not the end of the world. We've done it. That's one of the first things we had done. The reason it's one of the first things that we had done, which was not our intention, is because we had some issues with our heating. All the thermostats didn't work. We knew that we were going to have to replace the boiler anyway. It wasn't a combi boiler, hence why there was like a really big water tank I don't really understand, to be honest, guys. So we were able to remove the gross tank that was in the cupboard, and we've got our brand new washer and dryer in there, which are absolutely bliss. I don't think I filmed any proper footage of the before. If I can find it, I'm going to put it in here. But it was just really gross. It had loads of shelving, it had carpet in there, it had this water tank which was just really rusty and horrible. When they pulled it out, it was so gross. So we have removed that. Well, we haven't. Our plumber's removed that, removed all the shelving, and we have put our washer and dryer in there. I'm going to take you to look at it now. Right, Steve's actually got a wash on, so I've just paused it. But this is what the cupboard is looking like now. So I think it definitely needs a lick of paint because it's so grubby in there, but we have so much room. Once I've painted the walls and stuff, I'm actually going to push the washer and dryer to one side. And I mean, I don't know if you can see, we've got like quite a bit of room on each side. So I'm going to put in some like storage on one side of them. We got these, I think I mentioned this before, but we actually got this washer and dryer in the Boxing Day sale. They're Samsung ones. I think this is the heat pump dryer. Incredible, amazing. If you're on the lookout, you have to get one. It's so good. And then I think this is like a eco bubble washing machine. This is so sad, but they are like life-changing. Like even Steve is like, I'm obsessed. We also bought a stacking kit. Look at that. How cool is that? So when you want to put like empty, you should put your basket there, and you just like, as far as washing machines go, that's pretty sexy, I'm sorry. But yeah, like absolutely in love with this space. One thing that we did actually do as well, like I said, there was carpet in here. So when they removed the tank, we said, can you just let us in here for like 15 minutes? Because we got some of these peel and stick tiles. So it was this same carpet before. These are just peel and stick tiles. And they're like perfect. I think it was like £10 or something like that. But it was just something that was just quick, easy, cheap to do. And I don't think we're going to change it, you know. Some of them might need gluing down properly, but they're just cheap eb&q ones, so I'll link them down below in case you guys have a little cupboard. We have another, please ignore the mess, don't judge me. We have this cupboard here, which is more of our coat cupboard. I think I'm going to get the same tiles and put it in there. But yeah, the electrician needs to come because this plug socket's dead, and we need to add in like more sockets because at the moment we're extension leading it, which isn't ideal, but I'm just in love. I think I'm going to get some like racks or something to go on the door as well, to put some like extra little bits in. So I think our Hoover is going to go in here once we get the plug sockets done. I could put my amount for my Hoover, put it in there. Obviously we've got all our like, you know, clothes horse. Not that we ever really use that, but like, we're in love with it. It's so good. But yeah, I was going to do a little upcycle in this video as well. I'm just running out of time. I don't have enough hours in the day. Oh, do you know one thing I could show you? I really want to keep the kitchen a little bit under wraps for now. I feel like it's quite different. What we've decided to go for is quite different. We've got the plans, we've done the plans with Ren, but we're not actually going with Ren because for what we wanted was going to be like 4 times the amount that we're actually going to spend. Yeah, it's a little bit different. Put your guesses down below what we're going for, but let me show you the worktop that I want to get. So this is obviously just a very small sample of it, but I'm in love. This isn't even doing it justice because I'm right in front of the window. This is actually a compact laminate. We were hoping to be able to budget in a quartz worktop. I think that was ambitious, so we needed to scale back. But we had like a normal laminate worktop in our old house and we didn't like it. So I just felt like it was quite limiting as to what you can do with like a normal laminate worktop. So we wanted to kind of explore the compact laminate route. So they are a lot more durable. if I didn't know this was a compact laminate, I think it was like some sort of quartz stone worktop. It has that kind of like really nice cold stone feel to it. It looks really high end. I have a few different samples showing like little snippets of it, but there's some really nice veining in there, but the worktop is going to be dark. So like I said, any guesses for what we're going for, put it down in the description box. I feel like I'm probably predictable and you guys know, but we'll see if you can guess. But yeah, plans are starting to come together. We're looking to do the kitchen ASAP basically, because we're just excited to get it done. There's just a few things that we need to get in order first. Like, we basically need to get rid of this big glass panel, we need to knock down the wall, we need to do the flooring before we can obviously put the kitchen in. And there's a lot of things that kind of hang on that, like capping off certain radiators and blah blah blah. Very boring. It's difficult to coordinate everything. That's what I'm struggling with the most. I feel like I'm an organised person, but it's just knowing at what stage to do what things and trying to get it straight in my head. Like, if we weren't living here, easy, but it's trying to make sure that we're not making this house unlivable for us. So I hope that's been an interesting update for you guys. Sorry I didn't have enough time to do more like I had hoped to, but some exciting stuff is coming our way. I'm going to try and keep you up to date as much as up to date as possible with everything that's going on. I know that I am really super duper nosy and I like to know, so I presume that you guys are the same. So yeah, any suggestions for any videos, anything you want to see that I've not included so far, just let me know, leave me a comment or like message me. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, because obviously we've got so much more coming, and I will see you guys in the next one.